Hello guys, and welcome to episode 14 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign, playing as the Sassanids on very hard difficulty. This is Empire Divided, and today we are going to be taking Malib. I'm not sure quite how we're going to do it. We can either make them surrender, or we can just go for the battle straight away. Let's have a look at what our auto-resolve is like. The auto-resolve result would currently leave us with 67% force remaining. It's pretty risky with our general so low on health though. The only other choice that I have is if I continue the siege, maybe bringing the Fury of Veratragna into range. Let's see, we'll go up to here. And then that will make the auto resolve 81%, but we're definitely at risk of losing well experienced troops in the Fury of Veratragna. So, I don't know, I'm not so sure about that. Let's continue the siege. I think we'll move the Fury of Veratragna out of range, and we will have Schmidt's commandos just go for it. And whether or not we use ladders, I don't know. I wanted to wait until I had access to some siege towers, so I could get the Dalamite infantry onto the walls. There is a lot of Sabian javelinmen. Let's maybe just go for the auto resolve. We'll go for a balanced stance and see what happens. Bit of a risk. Ew. Seems like it paid off. Let's raise this settlement. Rinne's Commandos has ranked up in terms of military traditions and Imperium. We've gone up a level of Imperium, which now allows us to have 12 armies instead of 10 and 6 fleets instead of 5. Number of edicts which can be enacted per turn is now 4, which is good. Our spies, dignitaries and champions though has not increased, and Saba has been destroyed. Okay, so yeah, looks like that paid off, which is good. And we are going to build the well here, of course. We don't actually have enough cash though to build anything else this turn. Do we just go for 2 religious buildings? I feel like we should do that just to make sure we don't get any slums at the end of the turn. But this is okay. Let me get close to the city with the Fury of Veratragna, and it looks like we're just going to be forced to replenish for a few turns. Fury of Veratragna does have 3 slots remaining. Looks like we did lose like 1 unit of Dalamite cavalry at least, 1 unit of Griv Pambar, Cataphracts. We had that epic battle with the Fury of Veratragna and somehow we managed to win out.
At your command.
So yeah, getting rid of Saba, that's good anyway. And we can maybe move on with Schmidt's commandos and take Eudemon off Himyar, or maybe even move over to Mascat, where currently Hydanes is definitely doing a lot of damage to the Bronze Warriors and the Lords of War. So Sogdians has not moved, but does not need to, and Rostam's companions, I believe I should probably leave them where they are. I had a thought to maybe bring them round to Antioch. I feel like that could be a good shout, and then we join them up with this navy. So let's go to Antioch this turn. And that way we'll continue with the high replenishment. And we can join that navy soon enough. Right, Schmidt's commandos, we need to sort out the new tradition. And I think it's just going to be Unrelenting Force for the extra campaign map movement range. We've spent all of our money. We've moved all of our forces. Our research is completing in the next turn. Let's move on to that next turn. Never mind, we have 1 more edict available, don't we? Let's place that in the province. I guess it could either be a Judea. We can put it in Syria as well, actually, due to Samosata being owned by a satrapy. So this could be a good shout. Could also put it in Palmyra. Let me go to the provinces tab. Judea has currently already got the extra tax rate. Carmania's already got the extra tax rate. We've got Parthia with the extra tax rate. Maybe Persis. We'll go for the tax harvesting here. Let's move on to the next turn. So yeah, that was pretty risky with that battle, but it paid off, and now we can take the rest of Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, it looks like my satrapies have recovered their strength and will be fighting back against Lydia, which is nice to see. We do have a plague, and bam. That's not good. Research complete. Grand Canals is going to give us extra sanitation in all regions. That's just a little bit too late there, I think. And as they have a confirmed war target. Intimidate opposition. The bandits have offered their services to the other parties, helping them increase their influence, which in turn makes them happier. That's annoying. Read rumours about this character to decrease his gravitas. That costs 5,000, or secure a promotion. Use your influence to promote this character to a higher office. Not sure if that's the best idea, as that will increase gravitas. We could maybe promote Hystaspes here. That would reduce the upkeep of his army. Anyway, the Forgotten Warriors, they are travelling down towards Egypt, aren't they? So we'll carry on with that order. The Fury of Veratragna is continuing with the replenishment, which is going to take a while. Same in Schmidt's commandos, but we should be able to fix up or convert this city. It doesn't look like we can convert it. I'm going to cancel the construction of these gatherings now. I just filled up the slots so that I could avoid getting slums. So change that to a shrine, and tempted to get the courier post here, but we'll go for the city centre, I believe. Good. Right, Fury of Veratragna. Can I put him into a stance that increases replenishment? I think Fortify does, yeah, plus 4% replenishment. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll wait till Schmidt's commando's fully replenished, and then we'll continue on to one of these two Saudi Arabian nations. It looks like Mascad is getting pretty weak. Lord's War has moved up to our border. I think I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Let's move Parmez down here. We can have Haidanis continue to military sabotage this army, as it is recruiting, and will likely just keep merging the forces and recruiting more. He's leveled up from that, which is nice, and we can increase his mass poisoning even more. Pride of Darius needs to continue to recruit, I think. Rostam's Companions is not ready to move out, so yeah, we can just spend that time going for more pursuit. Try Hemiolia. The Triems, I'm just going to call them Triems. Yeah, they have just missile forces on them, but they have more ship health than the normal Hems. So there we go. Right, Rostam's Companions is fine in that settlement. Schmidt's Commandos is fine in that settlement. Avengers 1st Cavalry is shorter unit, actually. Maybe we could recruit another one. We fight for you, my lord. I believe we lost maybe some Dalamites, like Dalamite infantry, in a battle. We can recruit in this province, so I'm very tempted to do so. Maybe we'll have him head round to like Sinop up here. Like Nicomedia, Trapezos and Amesia are the settlements in that province. It's quite an extended province, actually, around the top side. Yeah, let's have the Avengers 1st Cavalry move up that way. Towards Tigrana Certa.
Ready for orders. Your next command, my lord.
We'll get the replenishment or recruitment done this turn, just for some more infantry.
Fight for you.
And then that will be everything. Yeah, just waiting on the replenishment. Xerxes can continue to move through towards Ephesus. We're going to try and see what they're up to with their armies. Cartier can carry on towards the border and then go into administration. Arsemes is moving down to the border down here and then also going into administration. It's boosting our income quite a lot, actually. And that's all good. We've got 4,400 left to spend. Gotta find a place to spend it. What's going on at Susia here? Is that the pestilence? I believe it is. It might be worth upgrading to the silk market so that I can start to get some extra sanitation in this province. Pretty sure the outbreak risk was like really low though, wasn't it? Yeah, it's such a shame. This Manichaean gathering is providing sanitation for the main province. Maybe it's time to dismantle that. And we'll get ourselves a well. Going to cost money to get rid of. But I think it's better to do that sooner than later. At Gerha, we were going to get the harbour done here. There's no point in really getting any military forces to go into this sea, the Arabian Sea. We'll also go towards the wind catcher as well, but we're not really lacking sanitation, I don't believe. Let's go for the harbour. And what can I upgrade this outskirts to? I haven't really looked into this too much. Adobe Maker, which is extra 200 wealth from manufacturing, minus public order and squalor. 300 wealth from local commerce and extra banditry. Or we can go weavery, which is 150% or 150 wealth from manufacturing plus 5% wealth from all commerce. That might be a good idea actually, since we're both going to have the trader here, and I'm probably going to go for the spice market at Gerha. The only trouble with that is 5% isn't actually that much. Say if both the spice market and trader were active, that's 400. 5% of 400 is like 20 a turn. That's not even worth it. That'd be 170 wealth from manufacturing. I guess maybe as we continue to upgrade, it would get better. So let's go for weavery for now. Doesn't have that much of an effect on anything in the province either, so that's good. 242 left. If we jump into our diplomacy, is there any trade we can do that we're not already doing? Nope. Let's move on to the next turn. So it looks like we'll be taking a passive few turns before we move towards Mascat. Although one of my armies, Avengers 1st Cavalry, is moving towards Nicomedia. So we might find a battle with them. It just depends how quickly we move on with these turns. Muscat's army is moving up the border. As long as it's not near their province, I might be able to get Schmidt's commanders to just go in and take their capital. An increase in rank for Cartier, though.
My lord.
And strengthening the waters. Arising in ancient Persia, Zoroastrianism was the first of the great monotheistic religions. Its beliefs were propagated by the prophet Zoroaster, and his writings taught the worship of Ahura Mazda, foremost of the Amisha Spentas, or bountiful spirits. Ahura Mazda instructed that good deeds were necessary to live a happy and harmonious life, and keep chaos and evil at bay. These concepts were embodied in the Spenta Menu, or progressive spirit, and the Angra Menu, or destructive spirit. The two forces at war for dominance over the human soul. This gives us extra 10% research points production and +4 public order per turn in all provinces for 4 turns. That's pretty nice. Tell you what though, certainly hard to pronounce some of those words. Just words that I'm not used to at all. So I'm not sure we're going to go for martial philosophy because we don't have him in an army. I'm guessing the best thing to do would just be increase politics here for the extra civil administration. Alright, Hydanis can continue with the hurt onto this army. Poison provisions. And that was successful. Parmis, I guess we'll just need to keep an eye on this army. These commandos, if I move out of the settlement, how much do I need to keep? 50%. We're going to move 50% with Schmidt's commandos. We'll go into the fortify stance this turn. Get that extra replenishment there. The Fury of Velathragna can then move into Marib and get some more replenishment. And we'll have Schmidt's commandos continue to move towards Muscat, and as long as there's only one army at Muscat, we might just walk into their territory and try and take them out. But in the meantime, we need to keep an eye on this army, which I'm probably going to just military sabotage over and over and over again. Well, that was a failure, unfortunately. But Xerxes is going to be finding out where the armies of Lydia are soon enough. Definitely not at their capital. Interesting. I'll be able to take advantage of that. Now Salamis has grown. Might be worth just expanding that. But I'm not sure what I'd build there. We have the military pier. Maybe some sanitation is needed due to the squalor. That's only going to have a 1% outbreak risk though at the moment. So not a massive deal. Maybe the possibility of an infantry camp. The ability to build some troops here could be quite nice for if I have another navy that accompanies another army away. Definitely need to build something here. We don't need another courier post. Nomad camps could be nice for the extra food. Or we could go for a pit mine and go for industry. I feel like agriculture would be a better shout. Or even another shrine. Go for more food for now. I think that's a good choice. We still have 8,000 to spend. Let me just check I don't have anything to spend it on in terms of like armies. The Forgotten Warriors are getting very close to Egypt. I'm feeling like we need a new army entirely. Because we're still like recruiting a navy. I'm going to continue with these boats as well.
Yes, we fight for you.
Because one more turn and Rostam's companions will be good to go. There actually is one more slot for them though, in their army. I think I might just fill it with some Sassy and Levy Spearmen.
Join our ranks.
I would go for more cavalry, but I think we just need more feet on the ground. If that army was to fight anything. So yeah, we'll just fill up with the Levy Spearmen for now. Fury Vera Thragna. I feel like we may as well just fill out the army with Hamsver infantry. They can just be some sacrifices.
Ready for orders.
Avengers First Cavalry can now jump into march stance and head towards Sinope.
March again.
We should continue with our replenishment
At ease.
since we will be in friendly territory as we continue onwards. All of my agents, these maguses, should be
An honor to serve you.
good. I guess they're magus, aren't they? But let's now go into our provincial stuff. At Hekato, there is a new slot available, which we wanted to build the well into after getting rid of the religious buildings, so I need to make sure to do that. At Ctesiphon, we must be getting close to the 7 population surplus. We're actually only on 2. I think it might be a good idea to upgrade to the Royal Kerta at Ctesiphon. I don't want to increase our growth in the province, because I find it strange that our capital province isn't our most developed. Alright, that spends the rest of our cash anyway and gets the decisions out of the way. Let's move on to the next turn. One thing I do find with Rome 2 is there is a lot of management on the campaign map compared to Warhammer. In some ways it's a good thing, in other ways it's pretty tedious over time, especially when you have a lot of provinces.
It is time to speak with an eye
Sabotage
to
would like
victory.
military access, but we are going to keep denying this. Wow, looks like the ISD just demolished an enemy. Oh, one of our satrapies' armies, sorry. Technically an enemy was right, but there we go. Plague report at Hekato and Zadra Kata. Not good. And hidden agent exposed. So what's the plague doing? Reducing wealth from all sources, -10 public order per turn. Interrupts provincial growth. How do we solve that? Do we have to like build wells? Because the sanitation is positive at Zadrakata. We'll be sorting it out at Hekata as well. Tempted to remove this infantry camp and change it for another well. Maybe that will get rid of the plague. Maybe we just have to deal with it for a few turns. That could be the other thing. Continue to military sabotage the Bronze Warriors. Sabotage successful. And Parmes can continue to try to do so with this army. Sabotage successful. Right, Parmes actually leveled up from that. That's good. Upgrade the mass poisoning. And what I'm going to do this turn is actually just march as far as I can towards Mascat. We are getting decent replenishment. Only 2 turns until they're fully replenished, which is nice. the Fury of Verathragna, definitely getting their troops back, slowly but surely. 4 more turns for them. Getting access to some Hamsver infantry might help out a little bit, but not too much. Right, Forgotten Warriors, pretty much good to go on the attack of Egypt. But I kind of feel like we're just going to have to sit on the border for a little while and go into like a fortified stance.
Get the fortifications ready. Your orders, my lord.
Our navy's looking pretty strong, and Rostam's companions is good to go.
Yes.
I think we're going to stop recruiting into this navy now and sort of carry on.
Moving out. At your command. Faster, damn you all.
So we're going to go and take Rhodes, although Rhodes, I believe, has the plague. Maybe it would just be worth going straight for their capital, Pergamum. I think I might do that. We'll just sail around and take their capital. Avengers 1st Cavalry can continue on his way towards Sinope, and we'll hit them from 2 directions. Right, the Iaste is the current target for my satrapies, isn't it? Yeah, so we should have the Dahe and Bactria and Margiana all head up that way soon, I hope. Dahe have taken Gabata, actually. But it looks like they're going to be evicted from there very shortly by the Iaste. Xerxes is still looking for armies. We still haven't really seen one. Let's head past Nicomedia. Here they are. We found them. 2 legions. There's also one in our way. Let's go for the military sabotage this turn. Want to try and level this spy up for us. And that will definitely help us out. Okay, so we did a little bit of damage there to the Roman levies. It looks like these armies are going to be pretty strong, actually. If they're filled with Roman levies, this could be kind of annoying. Alright, well, we've got 8,000 left. We need to find what we want to spend that on. We've got the well building at Hekato, and we may as well let that finish now. At Mesopotamia, very tempted to upgrade this village to either a garrison settlement or a trade settlement. Trade settlement's probably better. The extra little bit of income. And we're going to upgrade this to a royal sanctuary as well, to get the extra wealth from learning. At Arabia Magna, let's upgrade this to a royal Kurta as well. And that's all of our cash spent. All of the troops moved. Nothing else in the event messages that I have to worry about. Let's move on to the next turn.
The shield wall is always stronger when brothers stand together. That is why I offer a treaty.
So, non-aggression pact offered by the Gothai. Not sure if that's a good idea. They are at war with our enemies, but I don't know. We've got the trade that we want, and I don't think a non-aggression pact is really that useful for us at the moment.
Have not omens shocked?
And we're going to reject that one as well, because we want to destroy Nabatea at some point. Iaste took out the Dahe, and it looks like they've taken out the rebellion as well, although they spawned another one in the same turn. Got Trespasser. Himyar moved in my lands. It's rather rude. Time for Schmitty's commandos to zoom down towards Mascad, I think. Not sure if we're going to be attacked, though. Might be worth just playing it safe. And going halfway.
Move, my lord. Our advance has been halted. You have further orders?
Actually, their army is nowhere near it. Let's go for more military sabotage. And that was successful. Lords of War really suffering. And Haidanis can military sabotage this army as well.
At your command.
We should be able to hit Mascat in the next turn. And that was also successful. We're doing well with our agents, that's for sure. Right. What I'm going to do is wait. Next turn we'll declare war and take Mascat. Because I don't want this navy to like zoom towards Hormizd or something and take it. That would be kind of annoying. I doubt they would be successful, but still. Better safe than sorry. Time for the Pride of Darius to continue to move on.
It is an honor to serve.
Rostam's companions, even in double time, can't actually get that far though. So we might just have to
All hands
stay close by.
ready for orders. Hard on
Keep them
the
covered. Fury of Ragnar should be fixed up soon enough. And Avengers Cavalry.
orders.
First Cavalry. Can zoom towards Sinope.
Advance.
Hopefully there's not a massive, strong rebel army in Sinope. That could be rather frustrating. But we do have Xerxes. Let's have him continue to travel around towards Sinope.
As you command.
Well, they do have an army now in Pergamum.
Shall rest a while.
But I think that'll be fine. I need to stop clicking the Fury of Ragnar. It pulls me all the way down to the bottom of the map. When what I ideally want to be doing is going to Parthia and building a shrine. Because we need to sort out the sanitation. Gonna get the wing catcher done as well. Again, just to keep boosting the sanitation, and hopefully we can overwhelm the plague and sort things out again. Not sure if that's how it works, but I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna go for the trader at Hatra, and I think what we'll do is go for the coin maker at Ctesiphon. It is the capital after all, so that's where the coin should be made. It is going to cause more banditry in the local province, but I think that's fine. Right, now let's upgrade to the spice market at Gerha. And I can upgrade the weaving house. Or actually, I'm probably better off upgrading the wing catcher first at Gerha, since the outbreak risk is starting to become a thing. Yathrib can upgrade to a farm. We do need the extra food, so let's get that on the go. That's all of our cash spent, everything moved. And unfortunately guys, it has been my time, so I'm going to have to leave this episode here. But in the next episode, it looks as though we will be starting to build another army. I'm going to be doing my naval invasion of Pergamum. I've got Avengers 1st Cavalry taking Sinope from the rebels. Lots of stuff to do and lots of stuff to look forward to. So hopefully I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.